I wanted to talk for a minute about the interlocking mats that you often see, the floor mats in martial arts schools. They've become very, very popular in recent years. Obviously you see them in yoga studios and other places like that where they usually have the floor covered with mats. And why that is a bad idea, why you shouldn't be using the floor mats when you're doing martial arts. Traditionally, martial arts is done, traditionally it's done outside, basically. But in modern times, martial arts is usually done on a hardwood floor of some kind, usually just a bare hardwood floor. And the reason for that is because when you're doing the techniques, it also helps to build up the bottom of your feet. Like you actually develop some calluses on the bottom of your feet that toughens them up when you're working working on a hardwood floor, and because it prevents the most serious types of injuries. Obviously, if you fall on a hardwood floor, it's going to hurt more than if you fall on something that is padded, like a mat. But you actually injure yourself worse with the mats, because what ends up happening, it's happened to me, I've seen it happen to other students before. If you're doing, for example, twisting techniques or rotating techniques, what can happen is your foot can bind in the mat as you're pivoting, and your toes can basically separate as you spin, and one or more toes can get snagged in the mat while you're doing a turning kick and you're pivoting. Even though you're pivoting and doing everything properly, your toes, as you get sweaty, you start to stick to the mats. Your toes can basically bind, and as you continue pivoting around and doing a rotating kick, for example, you can break your toes. Another student that I knew basically tore a ligament in his knee. So this was somebody who was performing a jumping technique that involved pivoting, and then landed, and of course landed on these soft mats, usually these interlocking mats, landed on one of those, and his foot of course got stuck in the mat because it sunk down into it, and his body was still pivoting, so that was enough to tear a ligament in the knee. If that's on a hardwood floor, then of course your foot isn't locked in place. Your foot can slide, it can move on a hardwood floor. So again, the interlocking mats are good if you want to practice falling techniques or ground techniques. If you're working on the ground, there's a place for that. But when you're doing foundation techniques and you're practicing patterns and you're doing your jumping and flying techniques, all of that stuff should be done on a hardwood floor. It should not be done on the interlocking mats, because like I said, it may hurt a little bit more to land on a hardwood floor than a mat, but the kind of injuries you get on the mats are far more severe when things go wrong than on the hardwood floor. Thanks.